Give an AI code fixer a wrong explanation of a bug, and it fixes fewer bugs than if you'd handed it nothing at all, falling from about 6 in 10 fixed down to just 1 in 5.
Hang on. A wrong tip is worse than no tip? Okay, before we get there, take a guess. When the hint is bad, how far does the fix rate drop? Hold that number, and keep one strange thing in the back of your mind. At one point, these researchers slipped the AI a case file written for a completely different bug. That detail pays off.
This is a paper out of NVIDIA and TU Darmstadt, published in June 2026, and it starts with a stopwatch. Every big company now pays AI to fix its own code, and when you actually time one of these bug-fixing AIs, something jumps out. About half of everything you pay for is the AI just hunting for where the bug lives before it writes a single line of a fix.
Half? That's the part I'd have guessed was instant, Juniper. Finding the bug should be the easy bit.
That's the trap. Picture a detective who spends most of the day just driving around the city looking for the crime scene, and only the last hour actually investigating. These AIs do exactly that, turn after turn, reading files, searching, circling, burning huge piles of money before any real work.
So the obvious fix: send a scout ahead to find the bug, hand the fixer the address. More info, faster fix. A hint can only help, right?
That's what everyone assumed, and it's where things break. Because the address is the wrong thing to hand over. A location tells the repair crew where to look, not why the bug is there or how to fix it. It's a red circle on a map with no note attached.
So instead of an address, you want a case file.
Right. That's the whole idea, Finn. They built a scout called SHERLOC that doesn't just point at a file. For every spot it flags, it writes a short case file. Here's the likely root cause, here's the direction of the fix, and here's what else it touches. Then they handed those case files to the real bug-fixing AIs and watched.
And I'm guessing it worked? More bugs fixed?
When the case file was good, yes, a real lift. But they did something careful. They sorted the case files by quality, from sharp and correct down to confident but wrong. And this is the part to keep your eye on. The good files helped. What the bad files did is the part nobody saw coming. On its own, with no help, the fixer was landing around 6 in 10 bugs. So if a wrong case file just failed to help, you'd expect it to fall back to about that. A wash, right?
Right, worst case it's a shrug.
It dropped to 1 in 5.
Wait, 1 in 5? That's way below doing nothing at all.
Way below. A confident wrong case file doesn't just fail to help, it drags the fixer off in the wrong direction. A bad diagnosis is worse than no diagnosis.
Okay, so that number I asked you to hold at the start? However far you guessed a bad tip knocked things down, the real answer is worse. It falls right past helpful, down to 1 in 5, when silence would have gotten you 6 in 10.
And remember that strange detail. The case file written for a completely different bug. That was their sanity check. If just having a neat, official-looking document in the prompt was the magic, a random one should still help a little. It didn't. Slip in a diagnosis from the wrong bug, and results got worse in almost every test. So it's the actual content, the right why, doing the work, not the paperwork.
One honest catch, though. The filter they used to tell the good case files from the bad ones, it got to peek at the answer key, the real fix, before grading. So it's less a tool you could ship, more a proof of what a perfect grader could do. Nobody's yet built the version that knows which tips to trust before the bug's actually solved.
Fair, and the authors say so themselves, which is rarer than it should be.
So here's what I can't stop turning over. Would you rather a tool that stays quiet when it's unsure? Or one that always hands you its best guess, even when it might be leading you straight off a cliff? Drop where you land in the comments.
And if this is your kind of puzzle, subscribe. We take a fresh AI paper each time and make it make sense, one surprise at a time.
Turns out the hardest part of fixing a bug is admitting you don't know where it is.